Good evening, viewers. Pacific Regional Seminary Year 6 students today seriously talk about globalization and modern church issues and how the two best interact. The students now reflect on few questions raised during their discussion, and here we would like to listen to them. Sit back and watch.
What are the impacts of globalization in the world? One of the issues arises nowadays is globalization. The question is, what is globalization itself? Globalization is the process of interaction and integration among people, companies and governments worldwide. As a complex and multifaceted, globalization is considered by some as a form of capitalist expansion, which entails the integration of local and national economies into a global. Globalization have a disadvantage and advantage. Some of the advantage of globalization is communication by using internet and phones. Second, the education. Lastly, the transportation.
One of the many impacts of globalization is unemployment. Technologies, machineries, computers take much of the works and jobs of people, leaving many people unemployment. And this unemployment leads to family problems, poverty, hunger, and also it leads to a rise in crimes, robbery, thieves, trying to satisfy themselves.
I will be talking on the topic of globalization and technocratic paradigm. So now, humanity has focused on developing new technology, right? So for us, now we have phones, we have laptops, we have cars, but the problem is, or the negative side of it, is destroying families. There's no more personal relationship. There's no interacting in the family anymore, because now we have Facebook and we have this phone that we're just chatting on. You know, most of the time the kids get carried away. They use their phone, you know, watch the movies on the internet. The parents don't know what their kids are doing, you know, just because they provide them with the internet. And now we're sitting on the table as a family. This kid are just strolling on the Facebook, strolling on the internet, and then you have the mother on the other side of the table. So instead of asking mom, can you please pass the soup, the kid would just text the mom on the phone while they're sitting in the same table to pass the soup. See, there's no interaction anymore. Like, there's no relationship, there's no communion in that. That is the negative side of technology nowadays. And also, we have seen that technology, we're creating a lot of stuff. Like cars, we're creating cameras, we're creating laptops, you know, and all of this we're using Mother Nature. But the problem is we're creating a lot of stuff, or developing a lot of stuff by killing Mother Nature. Because we see that Mother Nature is an object that we want to hammer and shape it in a phone. And after that, you know, years pass by, we throw out the old and come with the new. And then we have pollution. So that is the negative side of globalization, a technocratic way of paradigm. Now I turn it over to my brother Joe for his part.
One of the many disadvantages of globalization in the Pacific, especially in Fiji, is in our cultures. As you have witnessed around here in Fiji and also in our different countries, how globalization has really worked and also destroyed our cultures, our way of living. Before, community was very important. Now, through globalization, it focuses us on individualism, the uses of phone,
For example, pornography. Before, pornography comes from outside. Today's context, it really happens here in our country, in the Pacific. It attacks our cultures, and also very importantly, attacks the form or the core of our culture, that is our family life. Second, we talk on the relationship between parents and children. Before, after work, parents come and talk to the children, sit down children, they pray together. But now, it has really affected our cultures. The last example that I would like to share with you is the choosing of our chiefs in our villages. Before, it comes with birthright. Now, money has played a very vital role in choosing our chiefs today. It does not come on the birthright, but it comes of a person who is well educated and also has a lot of money, which plays a bigger role in our chiefly system today.
Secularism is the principle of the separation of the state and the state from religious institutions, which means church becomes private. God is no longer exist in the society. For example, in Fiji, it just recently become a secular state. However, religion, which was the conscience of the state, has been thrown away.
Another effect of globalization on the modern church is individualism. We can find individualism in families, in society, in the church, and as a country as a whole. Individualism is a principle of being independent, self-reliant, meaning man has become the center of society, whereby everything is about me. There is no more sense of common good within a community. As Pope Francis spoke out strongly about individualism, saying that Christian community is one that lives in fraternity and seeks to overcome division, meaning that within communities of believers, they should bend individualism and strongly promote sharing and solidarity. We live in a communal place. We are a communal being. Community is our identity as Pacifican people. And only can we change the mindset of globalization on individualism if we appreciate the gift of life from God within others and within the society that we live in.
I can do whatever I like. It is my human rights. As the world keeps changing, so we have many rights imposed, not only on our society, but also on the church. So we have such rights, such as homosexual rights, right to gender, right to abortion. We have so many, and it makes the world complicated. In reality, these rights only serve our human desire, so it is more individual. So it's breaking our communion with one another. Especially, it really affects our culture because we believe in communion. As the church, we always believe on the rights that build on natural law, which is founding on God's laws. You are the image of God. I am the image of God. And we have responsibility to serve one another for the good of all.
Today I'm talking about the modern church issues. And my question is, how does the church respond to globalization? The globalization does not mean running away from the world to a secluded place but whether engaging the world without losing sight of what it means to be a Christian in the modern world.
What I will be talking about is the process of deglobalization. Now, deglobalization includes the following. First, not to have a fatalistic view of the world and don't give up so easily. Second, revisit church documents that has highlighted on these issues. For an example, Gaudium et Spes number 4, to read the signs of the time and interpret it in the light of the gospel. To scrutinize or to turn things upside down. This is what we call hermeneutic of suspicion. Even before Vatican II, we have had Pope Leo XIII in 1891 write to more recent document of Pope Francis in example Laudato Si to look into such issues. Third, our people need to be informed, but first, as pastors, we need to be well versed with them so as to allow an effective ongoing formation for both clergy and the laity.
Our topic is on the modern social issues that are affecting the local church today. For myself, this is from Fiji. We are gonna be, we've just finished a synod here that the church as a whole sat together to discuss the modern social issues that are affecting the church today. And after 1 year of discussion and debate and meeting, we've come up with 9 statements. And one example that has come up often, or complaints by the church, is clericalism. And we pointed out that, as Pope Francis puts it, that the shepherd should smell like the sheep. In this way, the shepherd has to come down to the level of the sheep so that they may effectively proclaim the gospel and understand and know what the sheep are going through.
As Patrick was talking about at the first point of our topic for today, it's all about the response of the local church to the issue or the problems that affect our local church now. Second point I would like to elaborate on is all about the workshop of awareness, which can help the people to aware of the problems or issues that are happening to the church today or our local church. Not only that, but also in the homilies, as us as future priests, we are to help them to understand more the changes and the issues are happening today to our local church.
Today I'm going to present on 2 things. One is the Oceania Clerical Retreat, and the second one is on policies in places. The first one is related to how the priests nowadays in our diocese, they need to have a retreat in order to be effective in their ministry and to avoid them from dangers. And these are some of the policies that put in places to our local diocese. One is they have to spend 3 years in the diocese. The second one is they have to stick with their duty. And the last one, they have to commit themselves with their prayer life.
Vinaka, and that's our news for tonight. God bless and enjoy your grog. Pak!